Here I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, this is Leslie Walker-Hirsch for Glass Alliance, New Mexico. And today we have a real treat. I'm speaking with Betsy Ehrenberg. You probably have heard that name before if you know anything about glass in New Mexico. Betsy is the founder of Glass Alliance, New Mexico. Betsy is also a software engineer and president of Bridges to Santa Fe. She is an engineer and friend to everybody who loves glass. Betsy, I'm so glad you're talking with us today. How are you?
I'm just fine, and I'm thrilled that you wanted to interview me. Thank you.
Betsy is a consummate collector of art glass or glass art. And Betsy, I'm dying to know, how did you get involved and how did you develop your interest in collecting glass art?
Well, I will tell you, I am an engineer, and the first thing I thought of when I thought about art was buying a $20 poster, framing it for $400, putting it over the couch because it matched. But then I sold my software company and I became interested in art and art glass and mostly helping the artist understand business. So I embarked upon that project, and in the process, I also built on an antique paperweight collection that my husband inherited. And that was when I realized the paperweights were small, but sculptures could be more exciting, and the adventure began.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I asked Betsy to pick out a piece of glass to talk about today. What did you pick out, dear?
Well, I picked out a Buddha's head by Randy Grubb, who initially created paperweights, and then he made larger sculptures. And so I'm going to put this paperweight up on the screen so you could see it.
Great.
And then I'll talk about it.
Great.
So
there it is.
All right. So you can see that it is in the shape of a person who could be African, who could be Asian or Caucasian. And you can see just briefly right here, there's a hole in the head. I'll put it down and explain what that is. That is looking into the mind of the person. And inside that hole is the Garden of Eden, the beginning of life, and also the solar system. And the message is, we all came from somewhere. We're all going somewhere. We're part of something bigger than what we are, and we need to be reminded. And I love the message.
This is a message for world peace. I think that glass art might solve the whole world peace problem, and through art, what a pleasant way to do it. So Betsy, now that we know a little bit about one of the pieces in your lovely collection, I wanted to know, what kind of advice would you give to collectors who are just starting out collecting glass and who have interest in developing that?
Well, everybody says you should buy what you like and it looks pretty and it'll make you happy. I think that is true, but we have to go beyond that. And what we have to do is to
I see Richard back there. Can't fool me.
Oh, gosh, I don't know where the phone is.
I think we're set.
Can you cut that part out?
I don't know. I'll try.
Okay. Leslie, thank you for asking me about my collecting. I started off with a paperweight collection and then started going to art shows. When I went to art shows, I would ask the artist two questions. The first was, what is your favorite piece? And the second would be, tell me why. And that became my criteria for purchasing. So a new collector, of course, will be attracted to something and say, that's beautiful, I like it, it makes me feel good. The colors are pleasing to me, but having it in their home, they'd like to know why, as I wanted to know why. Why did the artist do this? And that is my number one bit of advice. How do you select what you want? The second thing is, if the price is more than you can spend that day, most galleries will allow you to pay over time. Third thing is, don't negotiate or try to get a deal on a piece of art. And the reason is, if the artist is famous and they sell their artwork for $10,000 and you buy it for $7,000, you just bought a $7,000 piece and everybody else has a $7,000 piece. So you're doing a disservice and an insult to the artist and the dealer. You're also hurting yourself. You didn't buy a $10,000 piece. You bought a piece for $7,000. And that may be hard to swallow for people who like to negotiate prices, but that is my advice, and I take my own advice. I don't negotiate prices with artists or galleries.
That's all very enlightening, and I'm sure that artists and gallerists and collectors are going to be excited to get that advice. Betsy, it was wonderful that you took a little time from your day. I know you're busy with so many different things to spend a little time talking with us and the Glass Alliance members. I'll see you soon, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. It's my
Bye-bye.
pleasure.